Today it's Monday, August 14th, and 1/3 of my subscribers, over 30% of my subscribers, are about to go back to high school or go back to college right now. You're about to go back to school and start learning again. And I'm here to expose high school and expose college today, but not in some of the ways I've done it in the past. I'm going to tell you what is the absolute most important thing that you can focus on, whether you are in high school right now or whether you are in college. See, as someone that's been through the system like myself and someone that's in the real world now, I've seen there's a huge opportunity for every single one of you guys who are in high school right now or in college. But the focus on high school and college is what? It's grades. It's what grades you get, and that depends on how well you do and how well you're judged, right? Well, grades can be important in this factor. If you've got nothing else you're really doing, then grades is really the only competitive thing you're doing, right? So if you're not into sports and you're not into all these after-school activities and all that kind of stuff, then all you basically are doing is school. Then grades is your only thing to really be competitive in. So go get good grades, try, and all those kinds of things. I'm not saying don't try with grades. I'm just saying that's not even close to being the most important thing in high school or in college. Because the fact that I was a C and D student in high school. I was a C and D student in high school. The stock market, when I invest in the stock market, it has no clue I'm a C or D student. It doesn't care. Any of my real estate customers from my real estate company, they don't care that I was a C and D student. I mean, no one on the YouTube channel cares. I've mentioned it a ton of times that I was a C and D student in high school. No one gives a crap. No one cares about that. There's something you can do in high school and college that's way more effective. And if I had to redo high school over again, I would absolutely focus on this. And it is building your communication skills. See, the fact is most people in high school and in college are keep to themselves. Even if they're extroverts, they still keep to themselves. And most introverts, we just keep to ourselves. We don't like to talk too much. We keep, sit by ourselves, or if somebody comes over and sits by us and we happen to build some close friendships, then that just so happens, and that's great. And we don't really venture out of those friendships. Like, do you remember high school? Maybe for people that aren't in high school, you just happen to be watching this. Do you remember like how cliquey things could be? Like there was like this one group of friends, and then there was this other group of friends over here in this group, and none of the groups really mixed. And who is calling right now? And there's these group of, it was a customer, by the way. And I just canceled a customer's call for you guys, so feel good about yourselves. So there would be all these little cliques of friends, right? And there wouldn't be that many people that are mixing. But there would always be like that one or two people that are super popular that go to all those different groups of friends, and they're building their communication skills. Those type of people get so many doors open for them. It is insane. See, the fact is most of what happens in this world is based upon who you know and how you can communicate with somebody. The fact that you can go in a room and connect with somebody and build a relationship out of thin air. That is a huge thing in this world. And I watched it. My best friend in high school, I called him my best friend, but he probably 5 or 10 other people could probably call him his best friend, and another 20 or 30 people could call him a close friend, and another 150 to 300 people probably called him a friend, because he was so social, he was so likable that so many people liked him. And what I saw was the amount of doors that would get open for him once high school got out was incredible. He could have got a job anywhere he wanted, basically, because he had connections everywhere. He had connections everywhere. He was not only building connections with literally the people that are in the school as far as the students, he was building connections with teachers, he was building connections with students' parents. So students that, had parents that had very successful companies built up, they all liked him. They would have got him a job in a hot second. He could have got a job anywhere. The connections are so important. Those communication skills are so vital. Those is what you'll carry for the rest of your life. And realize, if you work for a corporation, right? You work for a corporation, a lot of times, if you get promoted or not promoted, it's going to be based upon one person. One person. It is absolutely vital that you are so good as a communicator that you can connect with that person and they can like you. Because if they don't like you and they don't connect with you, you're not getting promoted at the end of the day. And that's the bottom line. You've got to be able to communicate. So in high school and in college, You're in such a social environment. You are in the best social environment you will ever be put into in your entire life as far as the social opportunities. Those lunchrooms, I'm talking, waiting around for class to start. All these situations you get put in high school are all situations that are just waiting for you to connect with people. And don't just worry about trying to connect with the popular people. Worry about connecting with the people that are unpopular, the people like myself that were the losers, that didn't really have many friends, right? Connect with the people like me, because those people are the ones that are going to have your back and be so loyal to you. And they're gonna say nothing but positive things about you, and it's going to build and build and build, and then it's going to make everybody that's popular in the school also want to be that person's friend. And building those communication skills are vital, guys. Now, I've done a different route, and my route is so much harder. Like I could have made my life so much easier if I would have been focusing on those communication skills earlier in life. The way I've done it, the F you to the world attitude, that everybody come to me, it's a lot harder, guys. It's a lot harder to build my real estate business from scratch with no connections. That was a hell of a lot harder than if I was just a good communicator and I could have connected with all these realtors right off the bat and got customers right off the bat. But because I lack a lot of those skills, it was a lot harder. And my first 6 to 9 months, even my first 12 months, was much harder than it had to be if I was just a better communicator. Let's think about everything in life. I mean, I built the YouTube channel with no connections. That's a very hard thing to do. I've never gotten a shout out from another channel. I've never done collaboration, and we built this to over 60,000 subscribers. That's a really, really hard thing to do. I could have made my life a lot easier if I would have done collaborations and done this and done that with all these different people and brought in audiences from a lot of different places, the way traditional YouTubers do it, right? I could have built it probably a lot faster, guys. The way I've done it, and you can say, well, Jeremy, you're successful and you've done it your way. Yeah, my way's a hell of a lot harder. I'm just going to be completely honest. My way is so much harder than if I was just a good communicator and knew how to go in a room and light it up and know how to meet people and just talk and just have a connection with them and have them like me right off the bat, guys. So my way's a lot harder. You could go a lot easier route, but build those communication skills in high school and college is vital, guys. I'm telling you, it is absolutely the most important thing you will ever do in high school and absolutely do in college, guys. Build those communication skills and watch your life flourish.